Ito yung problema, Mr. Chair. Yung iba kasing mga fact checkers, mga napopoliticize eh. Kamukha ng ABS-CBN, diba? Palagi na lang akong binabanatan yan dahil sa nangyari sa hindi pagkaka-renew ng kanilang franchise back in 2020. Hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin sila makamove on. So kung, I'm sorry, Yusek Ilagan, alam kong malaki rin ang kaugnayan mo sa ABS-CBN, but that's what the 18th Congress judgment was on account of several violations na hanggang ngayon ayaw nilang aminin. But so, kung meron kayong fact checker na hindi naman siya talagang magiging neutral and it cannot be as objective as may it wants to be. Ito yung nagiging problema natin, Mr. Sana po, yung mga fact checker sana ay maging impartial, maging objective to the kind of obligation that they have professed to undertake.
Sir.
Mr. Chair, Senator Marcoleta, magandang hapon po. I'm Yves Gonzalez from TikTok's public policy team covering the Philippines. TikTok empowers Filipinos to express themselves freely and authentically as we work to ensure a safe and positive environment for our community. TikTok has tens of thousands of people globally who work alongside innovative technology to keep the platform safe. Through ongoing advancements in TikTok's moderation technology, we continue to see improvements in how we proactively detect violative content and restrict it at scale. In the second quarter of 2025, more than 99% of the violative content TikTok removed was taken down before someone reported it, and more than 90% was removed before it got a single view. In a global community, it is natural for people to have different opinions, and TikTok welcomes the respectful expression of different viewpoints. We work hard to ensure that anyone can share their voice without the fear of being degraded or bullied within the boundaries of TikTok's community guidelines. TikTok's community guidelines prohibit inaccurate, misleading, or false content that may cause significant harm to individuals or society, regardless of the poster's intent. This includes not only physical harm, but also societal harm, such as the undermining of trust in elections or public health initiatives. TikTok protects our community from harmful misinformation, partners with experts, including the government, to respond to evolving threats to the information ecosystem, and empowers our community with authoritative information, investing in digital literacy education to help get ahead of the problems at scale. In 2025 alone, we've partnered and worked closely with the COMELEC on the 2025 midterm elections, the Department of Migrant Workers on fighting recruitment scams, the Securities and Exchange Commission on preventing investment and financial frauds, the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center on detecting new types of frauds arising, acknowledging that these agencies have expertise on their specific domain areas. This November, we worked with the Department of Education on rolling out TikTok Galing, our first digital safety and media information literacy program in the Philippines. Together with the National Educators Academy of the Philippines and the University of the Philippines Diliman Department of Journalism, we trained 100 senior high school teachers in digital safety and MIL skills. We firmly believe that combating misinformation requires a whole of society approach, and we remain committed to working with all our stakeholders in keeping our platform safe, secure, and positive. Additionally, authenticity is the foundation of our community at TikTok, and we strive to foster an environment where genuine interactions and content thrives. As part of this effort, we continuously work to detect and disrupt covert influence operations that attempt to establish themselves on TikTok and undermine the integrity of our platform. TikTok does not allow the use of accounts to engage in platform manipulation, such as using automation to register or operate accounts in bulk. TikTok also does not allow covert influence operations where networks of accounts work together to mislead people or our systems and try to strategically influence public discussion. In addition to our position paper, which we have submitted to the committee, we welcome today's conversation and we look forward to working closely with the committee to combat harmful misinformation, prevent coordinated influence operations, and enable a digitally responsible society. Maraming salamat po.
Senator Marcoleta.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to ask TikTok, does TikTok employ third-party fact checkers like Meta does?
Mr. Chair, ang partner po namin sa fact-checking is yung AFP po, yung Agence France, yung AFP po.
So only one?
Opo.
The reason why I'm asking this, Mr. Chair, unlike TikTok, Meta has collaborated with independent third-party fact checkers, which were certified by International Fact-Checking Network, IFCN. IFCN certified organizations include Verifiles, Press One, Agence France Presse, kagaya na sinabi mo, Rappler, Minda News, and ABS-CBN. Ito yung problema, Mr. Chair. Yung iba kasing mga fact checkers, mga napopoliticize eh. Kamukha ng ABS-CBN, palagi na lang akong binabanatan yan dahil sa nangyari sa hindi pagkaka-renew ng kanilang franchise back in 2020. Hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin sila makamove on. So kung, I'm sorry, Yusek Ilagan, alam kong malaki rin ang kaugnayan mo sa ABS-CBN, but that's what the 18th Congress judgment was on account of several violations na hanggang ngayon ayaw nilang aminin. But so, kung meron kayong fact checker na hindi naman siya talagang magiging neutral and it cannot be as objective as may it wants to be. Ito yung nagiging problema natin, Mr. Sana po, yung mga fact checker sana ay maging impartial, maging objective to the kind of obligation that they have professed to undertake. Tama-tama naman yung sinabi ni Ms. Mendoza, Mr. Chair. Although nakakalungkot, ay hindi pa talaga natin magagawa ang ilan sa mga bagay na binanggit niya. Pero totoo lahat, dapat ganun ang gawin natin. But as we speak, talagang ideally, hindi pa rin natin magagawa. So sa ngayon, ay aminin man natin at hindi, talagang nandyan pa rin ang mga fake news. At sana madaliin nga natin, sa dami nating nag-uusap ngayon, kung magawa nating mapadali, halimbawa, in 2 weeks time, medyo nakapag-take down tayo ng mas marami-rami, Mr. Chair. Unti-unti lang, pero pagdating ng araw siguro, napugnaw na nating lahat, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Salamat po, Senator Marcoleta. Miss Ellen Tordesillas, ma'am. Meron po kayong position paper na nais ninyong ilahad?
Submit po namin later, pero meron lang ako konti.
O, ilalahad niyo po. Sige po, ilahad niyo po.
Yung organisasyon po namin, yung Verifiles, ay isang non-profit media organization founded in 2008 na nagsusulong ng kahusayan sa pamamahayag. Ganun. Ang isang kategorya ng journalism na aming sinusulong ay yung fact-checking na marami na akong masabi kanina tungkol sa fact-checking. Ang problema kasi ng disinformation ay napakalawak, napakalalim at napaka-komplikado. Sinabi kanina ni Yusek Mon Ilagan na ang kailangan talaga dito sa paglaban sa disinformation ay whole of society approach. Hindi lang whole nation approach, whole of society. Tama po 'yun, Simula natin sa bahay, Mahalaga kasi yung value system. Like sa mga bahay ba natin, nabibigyan ba natin ng premium ang truthfulness? Yan ang simula. Tapos sunod pa yung ating school system, yung ating sa school system ba natin, pinapairal ba natin ang critical thinking? Dapat kasi dapat kasi para malabanan mo yung disinformasyon, dapat alam mo dapat pag may nakita kang hindi truthful, na hindi totoo, dapat umaandar na yung yung alert system mo. So dapat malakas yung ating value system, ganon. So ganyan ang dapat ang natin, hindi lang ang battlefield lang kasi hindi lang sa hindi lang sa platform. So dapat yung siguro yung yung 3 batas na nakahain ngayon ay pwedeng simula yon, ganon. Sa usapang namang AI, ang namin sa Vera Files is that we approach it with caution. We see AI, I mean, we are not afraid that AI will render us useless. We human beings as useless, no? Especially kaming journalists. Hindi kami nagwo-worry na magiging obsolete kami with the advent of AI. We see AI as a tool that we can use to enhance our role as truth tellers. So as journalists, we at Vera Files are committed to seeking and telling the truth. We believe in accountability journalism, which is essential to a functioning democracy. Yun. Salamat po.
Salamat po sa inyong pahayag, Miss Ellen. Totoo nga po yan, lahat po ay dapat magsama-sama, ang academe, ang simbahan siguro, lahat ng sectors. Ngunit hindi rin natin talaga may tatanggi na kapag lumabas talaga yung fake news, mabubulaga ka talaga eh. Kahit sandali lang, mapapaniwala ka eh. Yun ang ina-avoid natin. Ang gagaling talaga eh. Isipin nyo na lang. Lalo na ngayon po, yung AI talagang hindi mo madidistingue. Magtatanong ka pa eh. Gagamit ka pa ng application kung totoo nga o hindi. Nakita nyo yung inaabutan ako ng Red Horse ni Pangulong Duterte. Siguro kung wala lang sa dihig si Pangulong Duterte, maraming naipaniwala. At saka kung makikita nila na yung jacket na yun, hindi po ako nagja-jacket ng gano'n na colorful eh. Pero sigurado ako sa 10, mayroong 3 napaniwala doon. Eh siyempre po, kahit nakukunti lang yun, huwag natin silang bibigyan ng puwang na makapanloko ng kapwa natin. Yun po yung ating gustong mangyari. Mr. Chair.
Salamat po, Attorney Senator Marcoleta.